Good morning. Welcome to Allen Avenue Unitarian Universalist Church in person and online worship. Whether this is your first time here or you've been coming for years, we are so glad you're with us. My name is Celeste Stickney, and my pronouns are she, her, and I am a member of Buildings and Grounds and Committee on Ministry. We are a growing community that transforms lives through the power of love. Our mission calls us to celebrate diversity, encourage spiritual growth, and promote social responsibility while we travel on and care for the earth. Welcome also to those at home who are joining us on Zoom. If you're attending for the first time, please go to our website and fill out the welcome card so we may get to know you better. We have a couple announcements this morning. First, for Buildings and Grounds, after the service, please stack all the chairs against the sides to accommodate the cleaners and other users of this space. There are a couple inserts in your order of service. Please look at those. And Dave and I want to call your attention to the one next Sunday. It's our Super Bowl Sunday party. Food, fun, and fellowship for 50. We'll be having Dave's bowls and homemade soup and desserts and breads and other goodies. So please stay, and if you'd like to just bring your brown bag lunch or have both, that's fine too.
I have to tell you a little story about my bowls. In December, Celeste asked me, well, are you ready to make bowls for Super Bowl? I said, oh no. I said, I can't do that. That's way too much. Well, then January, the first Sunday in January, when Reverend Tara made sure we all got a star with a word on the back that would help guide us, the word on my star was hospitality.
Sorry.
So I took that as a sign and I got busy making bowls. And if the firing this week ends up all right, I'll end up with 25. So we'll see. Anyway, it's been fun and I guess hospitality, brown bag lunches and so forth. You'll be hearing more from me, I guess, this year.
It was in the stars. So excited about that, I forgot the rest. Now we invite you all to take this opportunity to silence your cell phones so that you can be fully present to one another. After the service, please grab a cup of coffee or tea or cocoa in the kitchen window and stay for coffee and conversation. We encourage you to find someone you've never met or talked to before and introduce yourself. Those on Zoom may stay on and connect with one another. And now let's center our hearts and minds for the ringing of the chimes.
Good morning. So good to see you. It's been a while. My name is Reverend Tara, if we have not yet met. My pronouns are she, her, and they, them, and I am the transitional minister here at Allen A2U2 Church. I'm joined in leadership this morning by Dale, our director of music, and Emily, our director of religious education. And worship today is designed with all ages in mind, hence why we have the blinds mysteriously closed and some white paper up here. You'll see it's going to be a little participatory and a little different. So there will be no separate RE program today. If, however, your child would like to play in the nursery, we do have nursery care available, and you can see one of the ushers in the back of the sanctuary. That being said, it is truly a joy to be together with members and friends of all ages in the sanctuary. The wiggles and noises that the youngest among us bring are a joyful reminder of the life and vibrancy of this multi-generational faith community where all are welcome. A noisy church is a healthy church. Our service today is inspired by Imbolc, the pagan holiday celebrated earlier this week, honoring the halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. Imbolc means in the belly of the mother, as the seeds of spring begin to start stirring in the belly of Mother Earth. And so in that spirit, members of our A2U2 pagan group will call us to worship this morning by calling in the 4 directions.
Hi, my name's Crystal Cooper. Can you hear me okay? Spirit of the East, spirit of air, of morning and springtime, be with us as the sun rises in times of beginning, times of planting. Inspire us with the fresh breath of courage as we go forth into new adventures.
Spirit of the South, spirit of fire, of noontime and summer, be with us through the heat of the day and help us to be ever growing. Warm us with strength and energy for the work that awaits us.
Spirit of the West, spirit of water, of evening and autumn, be with us as the sun sets and help us to enjoy a rich harvest. Flow through us with a cooling, healing quietness and bring us peace.
Spirit of the North, spirit of earth, of nighttime and winter, be with us in the darkness, in the time of gestation.
Come, let us worship together. In the spirit of recycling, I'm going to be doing the chalice lighting also. I'm Steve Hansen, a member of the pagan group. Okay. And this is the Imbolc hymn. All right. Though winter winds yet blow and freeze, the sap is stirring in the trees. New lambs are bleating on the glen, and cubs now warm within the den. The fire in the forge ablaze proclaims the Lady Bridget's praise. Deep in her well, the waters flow, and life bides safe in the earth below. The plow and seed beside the hearth await the turning of the earth. So bless the candles that we bring, and hearts prepare to greet the spring.
And I light this second candle this morning, candle of community, in solidarity with those in our Portland community and the state of Maine who were without somewhere warm to sleep this weekend in dangerously cold temperatures, and in gratitude for those movers and shakers who opened up warm and safe spaces, warming centers, overnight shelters, to keep our neighbors safe. May we be reminded of the many forms that love takes. Our opening hymn this morning is For the Beauty of the Earth. Dale will play it through once, and then we'll rise in body or in spirit as we join our voices as one. The words will be on the screen, or you can find them in your gray hymnal, number 21.
The Everything Seed, A Story of Beginnings by Carol Martignaco, illustrations by Joy Troyer. Have you ever watched a seed grow? Have you ever noticed how it begins so small, so still, so quiet, like a gift wanting to be opened? And how slowly it wakes up, begins to unfold, growing into something larger and larger and larger. Then you know that whatever comes from a seed usually ends up looking very little like the seed it came from. Which is also true of the very first seed. Once long, long ago, way back before the beginning, so long ago there was no such thing as time because there was no one there to count it. Everywhere was a huge, deep, mysterious place, like something waiting to happen. There were no stars, no sun or moon. There was no place like Earth, not a drop of water, or a single tree, or rock, or flower, and no living beings anywhere. But in that deep, waiting space was hidden the tiniest pinpoint of something no bigger than a seed. It was not a flower seed. It was not an elm tree seed. It was not a seed of corn, although all those things were included in the seed. You might call it an everything seed, because that is what it became. No one knows where that first seed came from, or how it was planted, or how it knew, in the way that only seeds seem to know, how long to wait for just the right moment to sprout and grow. But all at once this tiny seed, cradled and nourished in the rich soil of space, woke up, broke open, and began to unfold. Unfolding. Unfolding. And blossoming forth. Into an enormous blazing ball of bright light. Like a great-grandmother's son. And the universe was born. Out fluttered the galaxies like a storm of snowflakes swirling and gathering into the brightest, most blindingly beautiful clouds of stars. And out of those star clouds whirled our own star, the one we call the sun, and our earth, and the moon. And all the round spinning planets we have learned how to name. And this is the secret of that tiny seed. You and I were there in the very beginning, just as the idea for each leaf on a big oak tree lies hidden inside an acorn. We were there with all the stars and planets, all the rocks and oceans, plants and animals and people. Everything that is now, ever was, ever will be, was inside that very first tiny seed. So whenever you hold a seed in your hand and wonder what it could become, imagine how you and all that is here once came from the tiniest speck of an everything seed, before it sprouted and grew long, long ago in the way back beginning of time. Now, if this were an ordinary story, it would end right here. But this story of the universe keeps unfolding. What once began in a blazing blossom of light continues every day. New stars sprout open in the deep soil of space. New plants and animals appear on the earth. Seeds of many kinds are scattered all over the earth to help us remember. And new people are born every day with the spark of that first light still alive and burning deep inside, waiting. Like the everything seed, to shine in ways that are yet to be known.
I invite you to join me in a guided meditation. You might find it helpful to focus on the cosmic lighting here, or you may wish to close your eyes. Let us go on a journey together. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly release it. Imagine you are floating, weightless. Everything inside of you is content. You are calm and safe. This is the beginning, before you knew time. Before you knew time, your being did not feel muscles or tension. To help you remember, a warm, gentle light appears at the top of your head. The light spills onto your forehead and down your face. Your jaw relaxes. The light travels down your neck to your shoulders. Your shoulders release their tension. Your breath slows. You are calm and safe. The light fills your belly with warmth and stillness. The light expands to your thighs, your knees, your calves. Every part of you down to your toes is glowing and weightless. You are here at the beginning. Your body is filled with stardust. You are here with everything that ever was and that ever would be. The atoms of you vibrate gently. There is no need to think. There is only knowing. The atoms that become you are pressed into the atoms of everything. You are there with everything that would ever be known. You are part of the seed of everything. You are there with everything that would ever be seen or heard or felt or experienced by anything. You are there with every plant, every rock, every animal, every being, every planet that will ever be. You are there with all that will ever be named or unnamed. The atoms of you vibrate with knowing and connection. You understand everything. The calm you feel is so deep, the atoms of you begin to stretch You are no longer tightly pressed against everything. You feel yourself expanding, stretching, reaching into an inky blackness, beautiful and expansive. You are flying now. Bright stars are appearing all around you, winking as you pass. Everything knows. You are content and ready to become everything you were meant to be. You were there in the beginning, and you are still here. The atoms of you know, even if you can't remember. You are part of everything. The universe expands. We expand, ever connected from the first seed that ever was. As we journey toward the present, take a deep breath. As you breathe, become aware of the sensations in your body. You might notice the air against your skin or the support of the chair beneath you. You may notice the sounds or movements of things or people around you. As your journey continues, remember you are here, connected to everything and everyone you've ever known. You are awake and content.
We are a freely gathered, open, and welcoming faith community. Supported by your contributions each week, 1/3 of our offering is given away to a nonprofit organization whose mission aligns with our Unitarian Universalist principles. This month's Share the Plate recipient is Out, Maine, whose mission is to build welcoming and safe communities for Maine's LGBTQ+ youth. You can find more information in your order of service. Donations can be made now as the basket is passed through the donation button on our website, or if you are a member, on Breeze. If giving through Breeze, please note if your donation is your pledge or a gift to our Share the Plate. You may also mail a check directly to the church. If you are visiting for the first time this morning, please know that your presence is your gift to us. At this time, our offering will be collected and gratefully received.
At this time, we invite you into a ritual of scooping, sealing, and sowing seeds. All of you in the sanctuary should have received a pencil. Does everyone have a pencil? You don't need it quite yet. Zoomers, those of you who sent me an email in enough time, although God bless the U.S. Postal Service, we're not sure if they actually got to you in time, but you should have received some materials in the mail. And if you didn't, it's okay, they're on their way. And if you didn't email me or receive materials, that's fine. So, what we're going to be doing is gathering and spreading seeds of love, of joy, and of justice. So you'll see up here by the Joys and Sorrows table is one station with seeds, envelopes, and water. The second station is right behind you. Yes, right sort of under the clock. So in a moment, I'm going to invite you to come forward, take a small scoop of seeds, put them into an envelope, and then return to your seat. Don't seal the envelope. Leave it open. So this half of the room, the half by the Joys and Sorrows table, is going to come forward to the table by the Joys and Sorrows table, and the half of the room by the piano, you're going to go behind to the table in the back, and hopefully that will make things run a little smoother. So on each table, as I said, there's a bowl of seeds. They're annual wildflower seeds. As you scoop your seeds, think about what seeds you want to plant in our world, in our community, in our larger community. And write with your small pencil that word, that seed which you want to plant on your envelope when you get back to your seats. For those of you who are on Zoom, please type into the chat that word that you come up with, that word of what you want to plant in our world. As Dale begins to play, all are invited to rise and begin scooping.
seeds grow best in a supportive environment with water and sunlight. Our seeds of hope, love, joy, and liberation grow best when nourished in and by our communities. To symbolize our community, there is a bowl on each table with the water that we collected together at our in-gathering service in September. So as you put your seeds in the envelopes, you can seal the envelope with that holy water of ours from Water Communion. And if you have already gone through the line, please join the line again to get that blessing on your seeds.
seeds of the world we hope to create takes partnership, collaboration, and teamwork. And so at this time, you are invited to give your seeds to someone else who's sitting near you, and perhaps, if you're lucky, they'll give you theirs. All right. All right. And then you can return to your seats and quiet your voices. We have gathered seeds of hope, of joy, of justice, and of liberation. We have blessed them with the love of this community, and we have shared them with one another. Now is the time to plant our seeds wherever we may go, so that we might build the world we dream of and see a brighter tomorrow. So let's sing. Our closing hymn is Morning Has Come, number 1000 in your teal hymnal and on the screen. Dale will play it through once, and then you'll rise in body or in spirit, and we'll sing together. It's fast and upbeat, so bring your energy.
A seed makes itself, but it needs help. Sometimes it needs a moth or a wasp or a gust of wind. Sometimes it needs a farm, and sometimes a farmer. It needs a garden and a gardener. It needs you. Go in peace, planting seeds wherever you may go. Blessed be. Amen.